students, how are you? Do you like to hear stories? What kind of stories do you like the most? Have you heard about folk tales? What is a folk tale? A folk tale is a traditional story passed on orally from generation to generation. Today we are going to learn a Japanese folk tale, The Boy Who Drew Cats. It tells the story of a boy who likes drawing, but he only knows to draw cats. Now, let's read from the textbook.
A long time ago, in a small country village in Japan, there lived a poor farmer and his wife, who were very good people. They had a number of children and found it very hard to feed them all. The elder son was strong enough, when only 14 years old, to help his father, and the little girls learned to help their mother almost as soon as they could walk.
Once upon a time, in Japan, in a small village, there lived a poor farmer and his wife. They had a number of children. The eldest son was 14 years old. He was very strong and he helped his father in farming. The youngest daughters helped their mother in household works.
But the youngest child, a little boy, did not seem to be fit for hard work. He was very clever, cleverer than all his brothers and sisters, but he was quite weak and small, and people said he could never grow very big. So his parents thought it would be better for him to become a priest than to become a farmer. They took him with them to the village temple one day and asked the good old priest who lived there if he would have the little boy for his acolyte and teach him all that a priest ought to know.
The farmer had a youngest child who was a boy. He was so weak and small. Everyone thought that the boy is not fit to be a farmer. So farmer decided to make the boy a priest. Do you know who is a priest? A priest is a person who performs religious activities at the temple. So the farmer took the boy to the nearest temple in order to make the boy a priest, and he asked the permission of the priest there to make the boy his acolyte. Do you know the meaning of acolyte? Acolyte means an assistant or helper to the priest.
The old man spoke kindly to the lad and asked him some hard questions. So clever were the answers that the priest agreed to take the little fellow into the temple as an acolyte and to educate him for the priesthood.
While hearing the request of the parents, the priest thinks for a while and asks some difficult questions to the boy to answer. The boy answers each and every question very clearly and it impresses the priest. And finally, the priest accepts the boy as his acolyte.
The boy learned quickly what the old priest taught him and was very obedient in most things. But he had one fault. He liked to draw cats during study hours and to draw cats even where cats ought not to have been drawn at all. Whenever he found himself alone, he drew cats. He drew them on the margins of the priest's books and on all the screens of the temple and on the walls and on the pillars. Several times the priest told him this was not right, but he did not stop drawing cats. He drew them because he could not really help it. He had what is called the genius of an artist, and just for that reason, he was not quite fit to be an acolyte. A good acolyte should study books.
The boy was a genius and he learned everything quickly. But he had a weakness in his character. What was the weakness of the boy? The boy used to draw cats during study hours. He drew on the walls, on the pillars, on the screens of the temple and even on the pages of the priest's book. It made the priest angry and he warned the boy to stop the habit of drawing cats. The boy tried so hard to stop this habit, but he couldn't. And finally he understood that he has an artistic talent inside him and which will not be able to stop. And he understood that he will not be able to be a priest.
One day, after he had drawn some very clever pictures of cats upon a paper screen, The old priest said to him severely, "My boy, you must go away from this temple at once. You will never make a good priest, but perhaps you will become a great artist. Now, let me give you a last piece of advice, and be sure you never forget it. Avoid large places at night. Keep to small."
One day, the priest called the boy and told him that, "Hey boy, you are not fit to be a priest. It is better for you to leave this temple right now. You have great artistic talents. Someday you will be a great artist. So it is better to leave now." He gave him a final piece of advice. What was the advice that the priest gave the boy? Avoid large places at night. Keep to small. This was the advice that the priest gave to the boy. Avoid large places at night. Keep to small. Now let's have a look at some questions from your textbook.
First question. How is the youngest child introduced in the story? Answer. The youngest child is physically very weak and small, but he is very clever. Second question. Why did the parents take the boy to the priest? Answer. The parents wanted the boy to be a priest. Third question. The meaning of the word acolyte. Acolyte means an assistant or helper to the priest. Fourth question. But perhaps you will become a great artist. Do you think the opinion of the priest about the boy is appropriate? Why? Answer. Yes, the opinion of the priest about the boy is appropriate because the boy has great artistic talents. Fifth question. What was the advice of the priest to the boy? Answer. The advice of the priest to the boy was, avoid large places at night. Keep to small.
Let's conclude our class now. See you in the next video for the continuation of the class. Thank you.